What's happening, y'all? Welcome to the episode that no one's been waiting on. I have answers to questions today that no one's answered. No, wait a minute. I have questions. No, I have answers to questions. Today you might learn something. Maybe I will. Who knows? But today's episode is going to be based on ultralight fishing. That is what we're going to talk about today. Now, ultralight fishing, what is ultralight fishing? Okay, two fancy words there, ultralight, that really just mean the equipment, the reels, the line, the lures, is smaller. Okay, that's all it is. And you're usually catching smaller fish. Okay, that's all it is. Now, don't get me wrong. Big fish do have tendencies to go after the smaller baits. I know, I've had that problem on several occasions because I ultralight fish a lot. And I've caught some pretty big fish on small bait. Now, who knows why? They may have just had a big meal and they see that little bait coming by and they say, hey, dessert. Who knows? I'm not a fish. I think I'm a fish. Anyway, let's just take a look at some of the equipment. We're going to go over some of the things that I've used, some of the baits that are out there. If you're just getting started in the ultralight fishing game, well then, here's a few things that you may want to know. And there's going to be some flashbacks to some of this equipment that I've got behind me back here and some of the baits that we used of actual fish being caught with those exact pieces of equipment. So what do you think about that? Huh? What was that? Good. Well, I'm glad you're with me then. Here we go. Okay, are you ready for this? Because this is a ride that you will not find at Disney World, okay? This is going to be the merry-go-round of ultralight lures, okay? And this is just going to be some quick, really quick, things that you would look for if you're out there wanting to ultralight fish. And all the stuff that I'm going to show you have had fish caught with them, okay? All right? You with me? Here we go. All right, first off, the one thing I talk a lot about, trout magnets. I love these guys, okay? You got a nice little jig head there, a little gold or silver jig head. You got those nice little baits, and I got one of them out right here just to show you that it really is just, there's not much to that, really at all. But, man, do these crazy things catch fish. So, on that little jig head with this little bait, and boom, you're catching panfish of all kinds, all right? Let's move on to the next thing. The string through bobbers. All right, that's where it kind of all began, bobbers and hooks, with your little bobber stops that go above the bobber that are designed to adjust the height in the water of your bait and to be able to pull that bait with the string through the bobber so it can jig and go right back down to the same bait, stopping at that string. That is way more than I wanted to explain on that, but that is something also in the ultralight fishing world that you will use. Okay, let's move up here. These little fellas up here. In the ultralight fishing world, I have, on more than one occasion, I should say, I can get that out of there without running that hook in my finger. Bitsy minnows, okay? Bitsy minnows are really, really good ultralight fishing gear. I'm going to tell you that right now. They catch everything. I mean, literally everything, from bass to crappie, panfish of all kinds. They're trout. I've caught trout with these guys. They're really great. They're small, they're light, and they're great for a 4-pound or 6-pound test on a little spinning reel. They're great. Or even a spin cast rod. Okay, these little guys here, great for crappie. These are great. These are really good baits for these guys here. When you want to use this like a little jig type thing and jig it up and down there, these are great for those type of deals. Also, let me go over here real quick. What I really like using with these, we'll jump over here to the old marabou jigs. I love these guys. Just got these the other day. I had to replenish what I'd kind of destroyed through last summer. These are great, great little ultralight crappie type things. Panfish of all kinds. Okay, let's go to this guy. Charlie Brewer sliders. Now, these are great. Little paddle tails, swim tail type things. I got all kinds of colors of these, and I use them with these jig heads. I just decide on how deep I want it to go, using which weight jig head I want to use, all in my ultralight fishing realm, okay? Now, let's go to this guy here. The Mepps XD. Another bait that I really enjoy throwing on an ultralight rod. I catch trout with this, I catch bass, I catch all kinds of panfish. Really, this bait right here knows no boundaries. I've caught everything from, well, all the fish I just mentioned, as well as pike. A little bit of everything have hit that bait. Now, here's my son's go-tos for ultralight. The old rooster tail. You can't beat them. Really, they're inexpensive and they really catch fish. Great ultralight fishing. All right, let's go to, I want to go to these three right here. I catch most of my fish with these guys right here. Swim baits, the little squirrely tails, grubs. That's where I do most of my fishing with, and I catch most of them with. Let's go over here. Hula poppers, little tiny hula poppers. These are also very good for catching. Actually, what I catch the most with those have been bluegill. Oh, let's go over some line real quick. Here's some of the companies that I use. These are my guys that I usually go to. Trout Magnet and Trilene are my main two. I will use the Vicious stuff on occasions. I have a couple of rods with it on there. But I really love my Trilene and my Trout Magnet stuff. Anyway, let's move on. So, let's go through some of this equipment I got sitting back here behind me. And I'll show you some really cool ultralight stuff that I've got and that I've used and that I've caught fish with. And we'll have some of those 1970s sitcom flashbacks to where we actually caught some fish with these things. Let's start off with one right now. Let's go with this, all right? We're going to start with this guy. The PC Fin Flame 2000, okay? Never heard of these guys before in my life until I got on Instagram and got on YouTube and I started seeing the people using these. So I said, you know what? For $24, I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give them a call, order me one up. I did. This is the 2000, and now I've got a 3000, and I have a Torrent bait caster. So, hey, I like the guys. Got them on a loose speed stick here. Caught a lot of fish with this guy. I mean, the day that we took this thing out, wow, I caught a lot of fish with this. Let's take a look at one. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about right there, ladies and gentlemen. Come here, you. Yeah. That's a great thing right there. So there you go. That's just one of many that we caught that day with this guy right here, okay? I love these things. I can't talk enough about that guy right there. But I am, because I'm going to stop talking right now about it. So now let's take a look at another one here real quick. All right, this was a, get off me. This is a Abu Garcia setup. Okay, it's an older rod, so don't pay attention to the rod as much, but it's an ultralight setup. This is a reel that's kind of in that 1000 range. It is a Z-Max Abu Garcia 10, I think is what they call it. This is an 8-bearing reel. I got it at Walmart and it's in the $35 range. Okay, I have a thing for two-tone gray. I don't know what it is. The light gray, the dark gray. It looked cool. I went, that's cool. I like it. I want to give it a try. There it is. Let's see a fish caught with that guy right there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Jumper. Got a jumper. We better not have a flinger or I'm going to be uptight. There we go. First one for Mr. Abu Garcia. Been wanting to give this thing a try. And there you go. It wasn't no monster. It wasn't no... Is that correct? I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure I got an English teacher that just rolled right over in her grave right there. But anyway, good setup. I enjoy using this one and I'm going to get it out there this summer a lot more. So let's move on to something else. Let's go to a classic. And I ain't kidding, it's a classic. The UL3 Classic, as a matter of fact. This is an old guy from the 80s. This is one of my old dudes from the 80s that I managed to hold on to. And it's on a MC38 Daiwa rod, the old spin cast. It's flimsy. It's a flimsy, floppy, flimsy thing. But man, was it fun catching fish with this thing. Let's take a look.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have got a fish on, and I have got a drag that's off. Oh, this is it's a yellow perch. Awesome. A nice one too. Look at that. Let's go over here real quick. Yeah. Look at that. Let me get a hold of your mouth because I don't want you flip-flapping out of my hands like that. There you go.
And there you go. Caught some fish. Now, it's not the reel's fault that I didn't set the drag. I do that a lot. I don't know why. It's one of those things I forget. I don't know why it is. Now, let's move on to, let's see, let's move to this side. Let's go to this guy here. Another spin cast model. This was when Lucas and I put this one together when Lucas and I wanted to do the 5-mile radius challenge. And this is all I used that whole day. This is all I used. Okay. This thing's fun. It's on a Eagle Claw. Of course, it's the one-handed spin cast model. This is really just a newer version of the UL3 Classic. And like I said, these are ultralight, 4-pound. Man, they are fun. Let's take a look at this one.
You'll never know what you're going to get out of one of these. And right there. Yeah. Oh, and he's putting something on me. Nice big bluegill. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. He's huge. Oh, stop it.
And there you go. In action. Working. Ultralight, man, cool. Very fun. Let's put this back over here because there's just too many over here. I don't want them to get to fighting or something. So let's look at Captain Flimsy here. This is a Bass Pro Shops micro-light rod and a Lew's Mr. Trout reel. 4-pound test, ultralight. Now this is micro-light. Now I don't know what's lighter, micro, ultra, or super. I don't know. All just words for flimsy small fish catching device. Anyway, really, I caught quite a few fish with this that day, but I'm just going to pull one up here real quick so you can take a look at this guy in action.
Come on, get in here, you fish. This pole, man. Bass Pro Shops micro-light, I think it is. Nice little bass.
And there you go. In action. Very fun. Now, I will say this. The flimsy rods, okay, the action, it's sloppy, all right? You got fast action, medium actions, and things like that. If you're using those throughout the day and you go to use this, I'm going to tell you right now, make sure nobody's around you, okay? Because it's like jumping on a trampoline. You ever jumped on a trampoline and then got off of it and got on the ground and then tried to jump and it's like you only come that far off the ground? It's like something wrong. Okay, well, it's the same thing with one of these. If you cast one of these all day in kind of a fast action ultralight, it's a little bit stiffer action, and you go to cast this flimsy thing, don't let nobody be around you. I like these in creeks. I love wading a creek and flipping with this. I love that for these. I use these for that. It's much simpler. But that's what I use these for. Usually rivers and creeks and things like that. And I love catching trout and red ear and stuff like that, red eyes and things with these. Man, they're fun. It's really fun. So anyway, let's move on to Evan and Lucas's ultralight setups. This is Evan's setup. This is what he uses. This is a microlight, or this is actually not a microlight. This is the Micro Zebco 33 trigger, the underspin. A great little reel, again, 4-pound test on an ultralight cherry wood rod. Okay. Length of the rod itself really depends on you and what you get used to and what you like, because you can really go from anything from a dock runner, which is about 2.5 foot long, to a 7 foot Ultra-Lite Bass Pro Shops rod, which is still into the ultralight realm. The length of that rod depends on how you feel and what you want to use.
Oh, got something.
All right. What we got? That's a bass.
Bass. Get him? Hey, get off again.
And then attacked it right on the bank.
That's good. That's a bass.
He's rather slimy.
Well, he is a fish.
And there you go. All fish were caught with what you see behind me here. Now we're going to look at some stuff that hasn't hit the water yet, that you may see that this is newer stuff that you can go out and right now you can buy instead of the older stuff that I have a tendency to like a lot. Let's go with this guy right here first. Now this one, I did a lot of research on this rod. I love this. It's a Crappie Max. This is a 5.6. Really, they're brand new right now in Bass Pro Shops. It's about a $29 rod, and I really like this. Let's get the actual statistics here. Fast action, 2 to 8 pound test. Okay, well, I got 2 pound trout magnet line on here, and this is a Piscifin ICX. What is the number? 5. Okay, and it's 5, I think, because it's a 5 bearing reel. Okay, I now officially have 4 Piscifin reels. Okay, this is actually the ice fishing reel. You know, I could call this the ice fishing reel. Are we going to know the difference? Not really, but I liked it. I said, you know what, I want to give it a try. The funny thing is, the little guy is $29, where the flame was $24. So anyway, haven't got this guy in the water yet, but man, I'm looking forward to it. That is going to be a fun one. Going to be a good little review of that reel. So I'm going to review an ice fishing reel in the summer and spring. Anyway, let's go where the other one is. Where the other one is. Man, I tell you what, where was I born? Over here, and this is really more about the rod than the reel, because the reel is old. This is my Diamond 150 that I got at the antique store, but this rod is incredible. I love this thing. This is an Ultra-Lite Fenwick Eagle. Okay, man, the way this thing feels and the way that if you get a chance, find you one of these and get. Now you're looking at about $60 right here, or just for the rod. But it's a really great rod, a little 2-piece rod, and I can't wait to get this out there either. I get very excited about getting the older stuff out there and fishing with it. I really do. So, I hope that this has done something for you if you're looking into getting into ultralight fishing. The differences, you know, you can use trigger spins, you can use spin casts, you can use open face spinning reels. These little guys here. There's a lot of choices out there, but anything that you decide to use, do a little research. Get on YouTube, take a look and see what's out there. And if you got something specific, because YouTube's a great thing, because if you're looking for something specific, chances are there is somebody out there using it and doing a review on it. So I will be doing some reviews on some of the newer stuff that I'm buying and come spring and summer. So look for those if you're looking for certain things. And I will, of course, have on there titled what it is that I'm reviewing. So, hey, thank you for watching. If you've stuck with me through the whole thing, you must have been really bored. Then again, I'm the one sitting here doing it. Maybe I'm the one that's bored. Anyway, thanks again. Thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe. There'll be some really cool episodes this spring and summer, and I'm looking forward to it. So thanks for watching. See you later.